Hello friends, how are you? Today's video is about the background of Indian Constitution and some important questions that are asked in the competitive exams. Regulating Act 1773. This was the first significant act passed by the British rulers with a view to centralize governance. This act designated the Governor of Bengal as the Governor General of Bengal. The main features of this act. Number 1. A 4-member executive council was formed to help the Governor General of Bengal. Number 2. This act made the governors of Madras and Bombay subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal. Number 3. Court of Directors was made to report to the British government on companies' revenue, civil and military affairs in India. Number 4. A Supreme Court was established at Calcutta in 1774. The court was established with a Chief Justice and 3 other judges. Number 5. This act prohibited the officials and the servants of the company from engaging in private trade or accepting any gifts and bribes from the natives. The next act is Pitt's India Act of 1784. This act was passed to address the shortcomings of the Regulating Act. Through this act, the Indian territories acquired by the company was proclaimed to be the British possession in India. Main features of the act. Number 1. This act separated the political and commercial functions of the company. Number 2. A new body, Board of Control, was created. Number 3. Court of Directors was given the management of commercial affairs of the company, and the Board of Control was tasked with the management of political affairs of the company. The next important act was Charter Act of 1833. It was the final step towards the centralization of British India. This act designated the Governor General of Bengal as the Governor General of India. Lord William Bentinck was the last Governor General of Bengal and the first Governor General of India. Main features of the act. Number 1. Governor General of India was vested with civil and military power. It formed a government having authority over the territory possessed by British in India. Number 2. The company was turned into an administrative body. It was prohibited from all commercial activities in India. Number 3. It took away legislative powers of the governors of Bombay and Madras. Number 4. Suggestion was made for an open competition for selection of civil servants. The next important act was Charter Act of 1853. It was the last Charter Act. It allowed company to resume commercial activities in India. It separated the legislative and executive functions of the Governor General's Council. Main features of the act. Number 1. This act established a separate legislative council which came to be known as the Indian Legislative Council. It worked as a mini parliament. Number 2. It introduced an open competition system of selection and recruitment of civil servants on the recommendation of Macaulay Committee. Number 3. Of the 6 new legislative members of Governor General's Council, 4 members were appointed by the provincial governments of Madras, Bombay, Bengal and Agra. Government of India Act of 1858 was passed after Sepoy Mutiny. This act abolished the company's rule in India and transferred the powers of government, revenue and territories to the British Crown. This act is also called as the Act for the Good Government of India. Key features of the Act. Number 1. The Governor General of India was to be called the Viceroy of India. Lord Canning was the first Viceroy of India. Number 2. It abolished the Board of Council and Court of Directors. Number 3. It created a new office, Secretary of State for India. He was responsible to the British Parliament. Number 4. It established a 15-member Council of India to assist the Secretary of State. The Secretary was made the Chairman of the Council. Indian Council Act of 1861. After the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857, the British government realized the need of cooperation of Indians in the administration of country. The act was enacted to seek the cooperation of the Indians in the administration of India. Key features of the act. This act allowed nomination of Indians as non-official members of Viceroy's expanded council. The Raja of Benares, the Maharaja of Patiala and Sir Dinkar Rao were first Indians to be nominated. Number 2. It restored the legislative power of the Bombay's and Madras presidencies. It marked the start of decentralization. Number 3. It allowed the establishment of new legislative councils for Bengal, Northwestern Frontier Province and Punjab, which are established in 1862, 1866 and 1897. Indian Council Act of 1909. Lord Morley was the Secretary of the State and Lord Minto was the Viceroy of India at the time of the enactment of this law. So this law is called Morley-Minto Act. Features of the Act. Number 1. This Act increased the number of members in the Central Legislative Council from 16 to 60. Number 2. This Act allowed the association of Indians with the Executive Council of Viceroy and Governors. Satyendra Prasad Sinha was the first Indian to join the Viceroy's Council. Number 3. This Act legalized communalism by accepting the concept of separate electorate for the Muslims. Lord Minto came to be known as the father of communal electorate. The next important act was Government of India Act of 1919. Lord Chelmsford was the Viceroy of India and Montagu was the Secretary of State at the time of enactment of this act. This act was also known as Montagu-Chelmsford Reforms Act. This act came to force in 1921. Features of the Act. Number 1. This Act separated the central and provincial subjects. Number 2. This Act introduced diarchy in the provincial subjects. Number 3. Indian Legislative Council was replaced by bicameral legislature consisting of upper house and lower house. Members are elected through direct election. Number 4. A new office of the High Commissioner for India was formed. Number 5. It allowed the establishment of a Public Service Commission. Central Public Service Commission was established in 1926. Number 6. This act separated the provincial budget from central budget. Diarchy. The Government of India Act of 1919 divided the provincial subjects into two parts, transferred and reserved. The transferred subjects were to be administered by the governor with the aid of the ministers responsible to the Legislative Council. The reserved subjects were to be administered by the governor and his Executive Council without being responsible to the Legislative Council. This dual scheme of governance was called diarchy. Simon Commission. It was a 7-member statutory commission appointed under the chairmanship of John Simon. Indians protested against them as all the members of the commission were British. Recommendation of the commission: abolition of diarchy, establishment of Federation of British India and princely states, continuation of communal electorate. Government of India Act of 1935. The recommendations of the Simon Commission were incorporated in this act. It was a lengthy act having 321 sections and 10 schedules. This act formed the basis of the constitution with the features of federal system, office of governor, emergency powers, etc. Communal Award 1932. Ramsay MacDonald, the British PM, announced a scheme of representation of the minorities, which came to be known as the Communal Award. This award extended separate electorate to the depressed classes. Pune Pact, the agreement between the leaders of the depressed classes and Congress, retained the Hindu joint electorate and gave reserved seats to the depressed classes. Features of the Act. Number 1. This Act divided the powers between the centre and provinces in terms of 3 lists. A. Federal list, 59 subjects for the centre. B. Provincial list, 54 subjects for the units. C. Concurrent list, 36 subjects for both. Residuary powers were given to the Viceroy. Number 2. Diarchy was abolished and provincial autonomy was introduced. Number 3. The Council of India was abolished and a team of advisors would help the Secretary of State. Number 4. It introduced bicameralism in 6 out of 11 provinces. Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Madras, Bombay and United Provinces were made bicameral, consisting of a legislative council and a legislative assembly. Number 5. It provided for establishment of a Reserve Bank of India. Number 6. It provided for the establishment of a federal court, which was established in 1937. Indian Independence Act of 1947. Clement Attlee, the British PM, declared that British rule in India would end by June 30th, 1948. On June 3, 1947, Lord Mountbatten, the Viceroy of India, put forth Mountbatten Plan. The plan was executed by enacting the Indian Independence Act of 1947. Features of the Act. Number 1. 2 independent dominions of India and Pakistan were created. Number 2. Office of Viceroy was abolished and a Governor General was to be appointed. Number 3. Office of the Secretary of State was abolished and his functions were transferred to the Secretary of States for Commonwealth Affairs. Number 4. Lapse of British paramountcy was proclaimed. The Constituent Assembly of India, formed in 1946, became Parliament of India. This is the second part of the video. Here we are going to discuss some questions and their answers about the background of Indian Constitution. Question number 1. Which act laid the foundation of central administration in India? The options are Pitt's Act of 1784, option 2, Regulating Act of 1773, option 3, Government of India Act 1858, option 4, Government of India Act 1935, and the answer is Regulating Act of 1773. Question number 2. Dash was the last governor of Bengal. The options are number 1 Lord Warren Hastings, number 2 Lord Clive, number 3 Lord William Bentinck, number 4 Lord Canning, and the answer is Lord Warren Hastings. Question number 3. Dash was the first Governor General of Bengal. The options are number 1 Lord Warren Hastings, number 2 Lord Curzon, number 3 Lord Clive, number 4 Lord Wellesley. The answer is Lord Warren Hastings. The next question is, which act provided for establishment of a Supreme Court in Calcutta? The options are number 1 Indian Council Act 1861, number 2 Indian Council Act 1892, number 3 Regulating Act 1773, number 4 Pitt's Act 1784, and the answer is Regulating Act 1773. Next question is, Act of Settlement was passed in. The options are number 1 1781, number 2 1774, number 3 1791, number 4 1779, and the answer is 1781. Question number 6. Pitt's Act allowed Board of Control to manage. The options are number 1 Commercial affairs of the company, number 2 Legal affairs of the company, number 3 Political affairs of the company, number 4 all 1, 2 and 3. Answer is the political affairs of the company. Question number 7. Which act ended the commercial activities of British East India Company in India? The options are number 1 Pitt's Act, number 2 Regulating Act, number 3 Act of Settlement, number 4 Charter Act of 1833. The answer is Charter Act of 1833. Question number 8. Which act designated the Governor of Bengal as the Governor General of India? The options are number 1 Charter Act of 1813, number 2 Charter Act of 1833, number 3 Charter Act of 1853, number 4 Government of India Act 1858, and the answer is Charter Act of 1833. Question number 9. Who was the first Governor General of India? The options are number 1 Lord Bentinck, number 2 Lord Canning, number 3 Lord Irwin, number 4 Lord Wellesley, and the answer is Lord Bentinck. He was the last Governor General of Bengal. Question number 10. Which act separated the legislative and executive functions of the Governor General's Council? The options are number 1 Government of India Act 1858, number 2 Government of India Act 1935, number 3 Charter Act 1833, number 4 Charter Act 1853, and the answer is Charter Act 1853. Next question is, which act was known as the Act for the Good Government of India? The options are number 1 Government of India Act 1858, number 2 Indian Council Act 1861, number 3 Government of India Act 1935, number 4 Indian Independence Act 1947, and the answer is Government of India Act 1858. Next question is, Lord Canning was appointed the first Viceroy of India through, the options are number 1, Government of India Act 1858, number 2, Indian Council Act 1861, number 3, Government of India Act 1935, number 4, Indian Independence Act 1947. The answer is Government of India Act 1858. The next question is, Secretary of the State for India was appointed through the Government of India Act 1858 was responsible to, the options are number 1, the Viceroy of India, number 2, the Council of India, number 3, the British Parliament, number 4, the Board of Control, and the answer is the British Parliament. The next question is, who was the chairman of the Council of India? The options are number 1, the Viceroy of India, number 2, the Secretary of State for India, number 3, the Governor General of Bengal, number 4, the King of England, and the answer is the Secretary of State for India. The 15-member council was an advisory body tasked with assisting the Secretary of State for India. The next question is, the act which allowed the nomination of Indians in the Indian Council was, the options are number 1, Indian Council Act 1861, number 2, Indian Council Act 1892, number 3, Indian Council Act 1909, number 4, Government of India Act 1858, and the answer is Indian Council Act 1861. Question number 16. The process of decentralization was started through, the options are number 1, Indian Council Act 1861, number 2, Indian Council Act 1892, number 3, Indian Council Act 1909, number 4, Government of India Act 1858, and the answer is Indian Council Act 1861. Question number 17. Which act restored the legislative powers of Bombay and Madras presidencies? The options are number 1, Indian Council Act 1861, number 2, Indian Council Act 1892, number 3, Indian Council Act 1909, number 4, Government of India Act 1858, and the answer is Indian Council Act 1861. Question number 18. Which act increased the number of members in the Central Legislative Council to 60? The options are number 1, Montagu-Chelmsford Act 1921, number 2, Morlemento Act 1909, number 3, Indian Council Act 1892, number 4, Indian Council Act 1861, and the answer is Morlemento Act 1909. Question number 19. Who was the first Indian to join the Viceroy's Executive Council? The options are number 1, Sir Dinkar Rao, number 2, Satyendra Prasad Sinha, number 3, B.R. Ambedkar, number 4, W.C. Banerjee, and the answer is Satyendra Prasad Sinha. He joined as a law member. Question number 20. Which act allowed separate electorate for the Muslims in India? The options are number 1, Montagu-Chelmsford Act, number 2, Government of India Act 1935, number 3, the Communal Award 1932, number 4, Morley-Minto Act 1909, and the answer is Morley-Minto Act 1909. The next question is, who is known as the father of communal electorate? The options are number 1, Lord Morley, number 2, Lord Minto, number 3, Lord Montagu, number 4, Lord Chelmsford, and the answer is Lord Minto. Question number 22. Which act separated the central and provincial subjects? The options are number 1, Montagu-Chelmsford Act, number 2, Morley-Minto Act, number 3, Government of India Act 1935, number 4, Indian Council Act 1892, and the answer is Montagu-Chelmsford Act. Question number 23. Which act introduced bicameral legislature in India? The options are number 1, Montagu-Chelmsford Act, number 2, Morley-Minto Act, number 3, Government of India Act 1935, number 4, Indian Council Act 1892, and the answer is Montagu-Chelmsford Act. The next question is, provincial and central budgets are separated by. The options are number 1, Montagu-Chelmsford Act, number 2, Morley-Minto Act, number 3, Government of India Act 1935, number 4, Indian Council Act 1892, and the answer is Montagu-Chelmsford Act. The next question is, abolition of diarchy was proposed by. The options are number 1, Macaulay Committee, number 2, Simon Commission, number 3, Mountbatten Plan, number 4, Royal Commission, and the answer is Simon Commission. Question number 26. The first federal court was set up in British India in. The options are number 1, 1935, number 2, 1936, number 3, 1937, number 4, 1938, and the answer is 1937. Question number 27. Mountbatten Plan or the Partition Plan was put forth on. The options are number 1, June 1, 1947, option 2, June 2, 1947, option 3, June 3, 1947, option 4, June 4, 1947. The answer is June 3, 1947. Question number 28. Which act proclaimed the lapse of British paramountcy? The options are number 1, Indian Independence Act 1947, number 2, Government of India Act 1935, number 3, Government of India Act 1858, number 4, Indian Council Act 1892, and the answer is Indian Independence Act 1947. Question number 29. The Constituent Assembly of India was formed in. The options are number 1, 1945, number 2, 1946, number 3, 1947, number 4, 1948, and the answer is 1946. So that's all for this video. Please leave your comments in the comment section. hit the like button. Hope for 100 likes, and please don't forget to subscribe the channel for latest updates.